Hi YouTube! New location this week, coming to you from the new house. So today is the 1 month anniversary of closing, of when we closed. I can't believe it's already been 1 month. So I wanted to talk about our thoughts after 1 month. I know a lot of you that are in the building process, so just share some things that we would have done different, share some things that surprised us along the way, just things like that. So 1 month in, what are the thoughts of the things that we requested, the things that we should have requested that we didn't? So first thing is the plug that I got in the pantry that I thought I would love. I wish I had gotten that plug in a couple of the closets instead, or just gotten plugs in a couple of the closets, because I'm not really using the plug in the pantry like I thought I would. Not that I think it's a bad idea, I just, you don't really use the appliances in there and you take them out and put them on the counter. So that's something I probably would change. So I thought of one more thing that I would get, and if you guys are building, I highly suggest that you do this if you haven't had your pre-construction yet. So these 3 light switches at the end of the hall, most Highlands are open floor plan, like ours. Ignore the mess. We've been painting, working this week. So this one is the kitchen lights, this one is the island lights, and this one is the hallway light. What I would like is a 4th light switch that turns off the outside light, or turns it on, whatever. Because when we want to turn that on or off, we have to go all the way down to the end of the hall and do it. And not that I can't walk all the way down to the end of the hall, but it's just, it would be way better if these lights were down there. Because when Larry leaves for work in the morning, he leaves at like 5 a.m. And if we have turned these off at night, it would be nice if I could turn them on right there so that when he went out to the garage and got in his truck, it was light or outside of the garage. So that is one more thing that I would definitely get, is add a 3-way switch where you could turn that light on down there. The second thing is everything takes longer than you think after you close. So like moving takes longer, painting takes longer, sealing the grout for the tile takes longer than you think, putting on the handles for your cabinets, all of that takes way longer than you think. So you can close on your house, you can think you're going to do all of these things in a weekend, because we had like 5 days between closing and when we were moving in, and it all took way longer than what we had planned for. So just keep that in mind. I know that's always something that I tend to do. I wake up and I think I'm going to get a whole bunch of things done that day, and then I only get 2 of those things done. So that's something that I have noticed this move. And then the things that I'm loving about this house, I love the laundry loop. And what that is your primary bedroom closet opens up to the laundry room. So there's like a loop, and then your laundry room opens up to the hallway that goes to the garage. I love that. I love having a laundry room so close to the master or the primary closet. So I know that a lot of the 50-foot plans or 50-foot plans for Highland don't necessarily have that, but I know there are a few that you could put a door there and make it possible if you wanted to after. So I would think about that when you're picking out your plan, where you want your laundry room to be. Or if you're custom building, definitely do that. I love it. It is a game changer, because when you take the clothes out of the dryer, you just put them away. Like, you don't even have to fold them or put them in a basket or anything. Like, you just put them away right then and there, because you're right next to your closet. So loving that, loving the kitchen, love how the kitchen functions. I love the drawers under the stove. I love the sponge drawer, so you can hide the sponges after it's done. I love the trash drawer. Everything about the kitchen I love. I love the hood. I love all of the choices that we made. The quartz, the plugs under the cabinets instead of in the backsplash. I love everything we picked about the kitchen, and I really can't think of anything I would have done differently except maybe add another plug in the wall off of the kitchen, off by the countertop. I might have done that, but other than that, I really love the kitchen. The new appliances, love the new appliances, and I realized that we bought some of them, but the fridge I especially love, and I know that's one that we picked out. And I think I will do a review on that. I know I said that in the last video, I haven't done that yet, but I love that refrigerator. So love the fridge, love the washer and dryer that we bought, love having all the appliances. The extra lights that we got, I think we probably could have gotten more extra lights than we did. We thought we went overboard in the garage, and we got, how many extra lights did we get? Like 6? We got 6 extra lights in the garage, and I think we could have even gotten 2 more. But love that we did that, very happy that we did that. So if any of you plan on doing anything in your garage, I think it only comes with 2, 3. So it comes with 3. So we got 6 more than that. Or did we get 5 more than that? 6 more. I can't remember. But anyway. Okay, so we got, so it comes with 1 per bay, and we put 3 per bay. So I would definitely do that, get extra garage lights if you plan on, doing anything in your garage, workshop or gym or whatever. Especially if you're going to paint it, because we painted ours black or iron ore from Sherwin-Williams. So just think about that when you're planning, because it's really easy for them to add extra lights, and it wasn't that more expensive, I don't think. Like it was well worth it. As far as lighting in the rest of the house, I feel like lighting is pretty good in the rest of the house. In the bedrooms, I do wish they had the, is it can lighting, they call it? But I mean, we have a couple in here, but like in the spare bedroom and Allie's bedroom, the lighting isn't great in there. But I don't know, I guess you could add extra lighting. I don't know if that's an option or not, but there's just the one light. I'll put a picture of what it looks like. And it's just not super bright. But there are big windows during the day. Like you just open the windows, it's not a problem. But that's something, really happy with the extra lights that we got. We installed aftermarket shower heads. I would suggest that you all do the same. The shower heads that come with the house are not great. So just know that. So you're probably going to want to change that out. I love the ones that we got, and we are actually going to do Allie's shower as well, because she doesn't like the one that came with the house. So just keep that in mind. You're probably going to have to switch those out. And then loving the bathroom, all of our bathrooms really. I love the tile that we picked, everything that we picked I love. One thing that I did notice is we have white, like primarily white tile floors, and dirt does show up a little bit easier there, hair and things like that. But I still love it. I think it's beautiful when we walk in. And then the windows and the shutters, really glad that we went with these shutters. I would highly suggest that you get those if you can. If you like this look, I mean, if you don't, you can get what you want. But I really, really like these. I think they're worth the money. They're add value to the house, and it just makes everything look really clean. Love the big windows. And then I love the backyard. So this looks into the backyard. I don't know if you can see it, but the trail is right on the other side of that fence. And then we have the lake back there too. So really glad we picked this lot. I don't regret picking this lot, even though we could have got a much bigger house for less money, as Larry reminds me often. But I really love this lot and where we're at. Really glad that we picked that. So things that I wish we would have done. I wish, again, that we had put plugins in the larger closets. We have 2 pretty large closets, and we've done something special with one of them that I'm going to do a whole video on, that I will show you, the one in the hall. If you watch the other videos, we had this really big closet that was in the hall, so we've done something pretty cool with that. And I really wish we had put like maybe even 2 plugs in that closet. And honestly, we're probably going to hire an electrician to do that at some point. And then there's a front closet, which I thought would have come with a plug because you could make it an half bath. So I assumed it was going to have a plug in it because it's a little room, pretty much. It has a window, and it could have been a half bath. That was one of the options, and it did not come with a plug in it. So if you don't make that a half bath, it is not going to have a plug in it or receptacle. So make sure that if you want to do something in that room, make sure that you add that extra. Things that surprised us. And so if you've built before, these things may not surprise you. We have never built before, and so they surprised us. So one of the things that was a big surprise is whoever's doing the work, and I know that the builders contracted out to different people, but a lot of times they did things wrong the first time, and the building manager did not appear to be surprised or fazed or anything by that. And so they would do something wrong, like the electrician or the plumber or whoever, and it would be that way for some time before it got fixed. And so this stressed me out. It stressed Larry out. Like literally the plug for the hood, they put that in, and the hole for like the hood in the kitchen, and I'll put some pictures if I can remember. They put that in like way early in the process, before they even put the sheetrock up, and Larry was like, that's in the wrong place. You know, like it's not gonna fit. It's gonna show, because the hood wasn't that big. And he told the building manager, and nothing came of it. Like they were like, oh, they'll fix it if it doesn't fit. So then they put the sheetrock up, the plug still looks like it's in the wrong place, and then they put the hole in, and the hole looks like it's in the wrong place. And then the hood comes in, which didn't come in until when, the 2 days before. Oh, and they went ahead and tiled, didn't they? Or had they not tiled yet? Yeah. So they went ahead and tiled, knowing we knew, or Larry knew, that the plug was in the wrong place. And then right before we were going to move in, the week before, they couldn't put the hood up, because guess what? The plug was in the wrong place. So they fixed it. They did fix it, but like we still didn't have a hood the day we closed. So they put it up that day, but like the walkthrough before closing, the hood still wasn't up yet, because they had to wait for the electrician, and then had to wait for the tilers to come back and all of that. So it seemed like a huge waste of money, because we noticed it before they even put the sheetrock up. Like, why would they not just fix it before they put the sheetrock up? But they didn't. And then the second thing is the bathtub was put in the wrong place, and we told them this too, and that did not get fixed until closing day. And they had months to fix it. Like the floors hadn't even been tiled. Well, I guess the floors had been tiled before they put it in, but months to fix it. The floor plug they didn't put in before the foundation was pulled or poured, and it took them a while to put that in. The sponge drawer, we told them about that like months, like right after the cabinets came in, and that didn't get put in until a week before we closed. Dimmer switch was put in the wrong place. They didn't fix that for a while. The door light in the pantry was put in the wrong place. The quartz, they put the wrong quartz in one of our bathrooms, which I did a video on that, so you guys can, if you've been watching, you know that. And then the cabinets, just touch-ups on the cabinets. Like when they first put the cabinets in, you pay for these, you know, cabinets that you think are good, and they are nice. They are very nice, but when they first put them in, it like they had scratches on them and scuffs and like all of these things, and we were like, are they going to leave them like this? And then they did come back and they fixed them, but it took months for them to do it. So yeah, they fixed everything, and everything is wonderful. And so far, I haven't found anything. There's some caulking that we're going to have to do in the shower or in the bathroom that they kind of didn't do right, but I haven't really found anything that is bad. I mean, can you think of anything that's bad? Just little things, but nothing that's bad. And I feel like if we had not been driving by the house, I mean, we drove by almost every day, or visiting as often, if we had just planned it and said, this is what we want, and then come back for the final walkthrough, I feel like we probably would have been way less frustrated. But I don't know if they would have found all the things that we pointed out to them before that final walkthrough. I mean, I know they would have found some of them, because like the hood, they knew that wasn't going to work. So like that they would have fixed. But like I don't know if they would have fixed the floor plug, for instance, because I mean, he didn't put that in. And so like I do think that you need to be, or you need to have, maybe have a realtor that is local that can walk through and point these things out to them for you so that you're not having to be so frustrated. Our realtor did a great job at the end, the final walkthrough and all that. She did a great job. But she lives in Katy, and so she wasn't driving over here every day or every week to look at it, which I wouldn't expect her to. But like, I think maybe if you had a realtor that was close that could do this for you and knows your plans, like James Potenza or Aaron Latham, one of those two, like they have videos on YouTube all the time of them walking through their clients' houses in this area. I feel like that would be beneficial. Just because then you wouldn't have to go through the frustration of pointing these things out to the building manager. And I think what was so frustrating to me is the nonchalant response. And maybe that's just how it is, but just like, oh yeah, we'll fix it. And yeah, and maybe different building managers have different personalities, but that's kind of the frustrating part is you're spending a lot of money, a good amount of money for this house, and you want it to be perfect, and it just seems like it's not a big deal to them when things go wrong. And I do understand in my job it's the same way. I have clients, if things go wrong, it's like the end of the world, where we see things go wrong every day. So I do get it a little bit because of what I do too, but I just think that maybe fake a little bit more concern if you're a building manager and your clients are telling you these things. But the takeaway is things may not get fixed until the week before. And I can speak for our neighbors, and they have a different building manager across the street. They had a window that was busted. They are closing next week, I think, and that window did not get fixed until yesterday. So just know that there are little things that, like, once the electricians come in and do everything, they don't come back for 2 or 3 months till right before it closes to fix all the things. And plumbing is the same way. They don't come back right before it closes. So those are all things. I think I went through everything. I know I parked a lot on that, but I feel like that was one of the most frustrating parts and surprising to us. And we had watched other videos, but they were all about other builders. So I guess this is just the way it is when you're building a house in 2025. So the other thing that I found surprising is it seems to happen really slow. Everything happens slow, but then it's also quick at the same time, because like we signed in November and nothing really happened until January. We did have our design appointments, but those were in like late December, and our pre-construction meeting was like I think it was December 30th or December 31st. And then I feel like they didn't really start till, what do you think? It was like late January, I feel like.
Weston's different.
Yeah, and we've noticed that Weston, when they start building, it's like everything starts going up right away. With Highland, it seems pretty slow until you get the, what's the wood called? Framing. So like once the framing goes up, things move pretty fast after that, I felt like. Yeah, and in our little subdivision, or not the whole subdivision, but our little, what is it called? Little area that we're in, Reef Ridge, Weston and Highland are the two builders in here. So we see the Westons, they go up, they seem to go up a lot faster, but Highland's pretty fast once you get past the framing part of it. Let me see. I think that is it. So would we do this again? I think yes. I don't know what Larry's on the other side of the camera. So what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, probably.
Larry says probably, if you didn't hear him. Do I think it is the best deal? No, definitely not. If you're
can get one of these Westons with 1,000 square foot more,
yeah.
100 grand less.
Yeah, if you're looking for the best deal on a new construction, then you definitely should do an inventory. Like, you need to pick a few builders that you like, and then you need to sit and watch. And as they get closer to the end of the year, I think you're going to get the best deals in December, honestly.
And we would have hands down bought a Weston Because we love the stairs.
Yeah.
We love the open space. But the garage is hard.
Yeah, and we did look at some Westons that were inventory that we loved. I love the staircase. I don't think we need the upstairs in as much room as they have, and we didn't. Larry would have liked it, but I didn't think we needed all of that. But the garage ceiling height in the Weston was 1.5 feet, I think, less than the ceiling height in the garage in the Highland. And we want to be able to do CrossFit in our gym, and we'll do a whole gym tour. It's almost done, so we'll do a gym tour once that sees. Yeah, I can put a little clip of what it looks like in here so you can see. But that's the main reason we went with Highland over Weston. We did look at a couple of Perry homes too that we liked that were inventory, and we could have gotten an inventory house. Well, we could have gotten even a Highland 65-foot inventory house way cheaper than what we paid for this house. But it wasn't on the lake, it wasn't on the trail, and it doesn't have, like, we did make this one what we wanted. Like the quartz we got are not going to come in the inventory homes. The tile that we got in the bathroom, you're not going to get in inventory homes. And the sliders, you're not going to have in the inventory houses for the most part. So those are 3 things that I'm really glad that we got. Yeah, and then I wanted this lot. We really wanted this lot to be on the lake. We have walked the dogs several times now. They love it. It's very peaceful, and not that many people use it. And I realize the whole place isn't built out yet. There's still quite a few lots. Well, there's not really. They're building them all right now, but there's going to be more people, but right now I've only seen like 3 people walking on this trail, which is unbelievable to me because I feel like you would do it. Like we're not going every day because it's summer, it's hot, but there are lots of places in the community, lots of trails that people can walk on. So maybe they're walking other places, but so I think we would do it again. We may have done it a little bit differently. I'm not sure, but I do think, as far as the choices that we made in the house, design choices, I'm really, really happy with those.
I feel like we love it for our lifestyle.
Yeah.
But we realized we could have gotten more house cheaper.
So what he's saying is we love it for our lifestyle, but we do know we could have gotten a larger house for less money. Significantly less money, probably. But
we wouldn't have the gym.
But yeah, we wouldn't have our garage gym, and we wouldn't have the trail.
If you do CrossFit, you live facing in room.
Yeah, so I really like it. So that is 1 month. In the next few weeks, we are going to be putting out a video of our surprise room, or what we did with that large closet in the hallway. And then the garage gym, we are very close to being done with that. There's just a few more things that we need to do. So we're close to being able to do a video, I think. There's just a couple more things that we need to do there. And then we'll start picking off other rooms of the house. So, and showing you one room at a time as we kind of get it done. I mean, as I said before, I don't think you're ever done, but one other thing before I log off for the day. One other thing that really has surprised me since we moved in is the number of solicitors that are coming to the door. And we are in a gated section, but the gate's not closed yet, or not, they're not doing it yet because of all the construction and everything. So it's probably not going to get turned on until, I think they said like 9 months. One of our neighbors said, what did he say? They were going to turn it on. It was like 6 or 7 months from now. But we've gotten so many pest control people, so many water softener people.
First week, at least 10 water softeners.
Yeah. And the ones that we wanted to come to the door, the landscaping people, that we've gotten one that dropped off their card, but I called because I would love to pay somebody to do all this. I called and they didn't ever call me back. So they didn't ring the doorbell and try to sell you. They just dropped their card off. And those are the only people that I really think we need. We did hire a pest control, but I honestly think we do it better ourselves. Just don't waste the money on that. Just do it yourself.
Well, home is that home.
Yeah.
Because we have things to sprays on.
Yeah, so when they build this house, they put the some kind of pipe or something inside the wall so that they can spray inside the wall. And so we hired the company that does do that spray inside the wall. But I don't think we still had spider webs on the front porch right after they came. So anyway, we've had numerous pest control people, numerous water softener, and we put our own what is that stuff called? I'll put a picture of what it looks like on the screen. The granules in the yard, we put those down because you're gonna have a lot of bugs. Like, we have had more spiders. We lived in a condo one time that was like right next to woods, and it had a lot of spiders. But this is the second worst house to live in for spiders. But they're going away. Like, I haven't seen them in a week or so. It's been pretty good. But just the solicitors that come to the door, it's crazy. Security systems, and we got the security system that came. It didn't come with the house, but like the people that put it in the house, the different things, we went with those people that's already wired for their stuff. So just all the things that come to the door right after you move, and you're like trying to unpack. And I've been babysitting my granddaughter, so like it's double irritating when they ring the doorbell, because in our house when the doorbell rings, we have 2 big dogs that start barking. That usually makes her cry if I'm watching her. She's 5 months old, so if she's in a nap and they ring the doorbell, it's like, why? Because then she wakes up, they start barking, and they go crazy, and the doorbell's ringing, and we got these little notifications going off on our phone that somebody's at the door, and then you go out there and they're trying to sell you something that you already have. So anyway, that's just another thing that kind of has surprised me about how many solicitors there are. I have never seen, and I guess I've never lived in a new build, so I guess they're trying to get I guess they do this. My daughter-in-law did warn me about this because they bought an inventory new build in Jordan Ranch and Katy, so she warned me that this would happen. She said they're going to come to your door every day. So she told me to make sure we got the doorbell cam, because she just doesn't open the door. But Larry is nice, and he doesn't want to leave them out there, and he will go open the door to just about anybody that rings the doorbell. So I will not. But anyway, they still ring the doorbell, and so even if you don't go open the door, if you have a sleeping baby and 2 big dogs that bark, it's chaos. So that is all. So I know I probably bored you. This is going to be a long video, but I did want to just pop on here and say, what we would have done different, what surprised us, what we do love. We did get a mini split for the garage. Love the mini split. One of the best upgrades that we've made. And
use a local company on Facebook, dirt cheap, and it will freeze you out of the garage.
Yeah, we used a local company. If you want to know the name, you can email me or comment, and I'll put his information down there. He was great. Like, they showed up on time. They did the job. Did not cost very much, for what it was less than one we could have done ourselves.
And even without insulated.
Yeah, and even without our garage doors being insulated, the garage is cold. So we'll put more on about that in the garage video, but love the mini split upgrade that we did. Love the screen that we got. We got the drop down screen. We haven't used it as much because it's June and it's been 90 degrees, and even with the screen, it's still hot. But we can it makes it shady in the living room, and we let our cat out there on the patio, and she really likes it. So those are all things that we really like that we've gotten. So I think I will be putting a video out next week. Next week is I should be able to. So just not sure what it's going to be yet. So just stay tuned as we get more rooms done. We'll put more videos out, and I hope everybody has a happy Sunday.